what results or changes have your clients or customers experienced? Are there any standout success stories you'd like to share?
Yeah, there was a couple when I was thinking about this. So I get a lot of people coming for the standard, which is your headaches, your back pain, your neck pain, your shoulder pain, even jaw pain. So I've had um couple of people with lots of success with that, but there's one particular young lady. She's only in her 20s who gets migraines and is on Botox for migraines. Now that's not an uncommon thing. Anyone who has migraines has possibly been diagnosed with that, like being treated with that. She was getting migraines all the time and she had to rely on the Botox, but also it still didn't kind of fully resolve it. So within a short amount of time with me working with her and her nervous system and her body relaxing, and she's even given me a beautiful testimonial about it. She's not getting, so it's very rare now, where
Hmm.
she was getting them all the time. It's very rare. And I'm talking like once every several months now that she might get one, but she also knows how to listen to her body because she's aware of that. So that's a big one. Like migraines and headaches are a horrible thing.
Mm.
So that's one. The other one is I would like to share about a gentleman of mine who's got scoliosis. So what scoliosis is basically a curvature of the spine, right? And we've all often got a little bit of a curvature going on, but some people it can be significant. So
Yes.
his is rather significant. He's in his 30s. When he came to me, he was in a lot of pain. He would get hip pain, rib pain, center pain,
Mm.
and it was really debilitating. Anyway, by working with him, the first thing that started to shift was his pain. So he was getting more days without pain, longer periods with him not, and also when he did have the pain, it wasn't as long. But now what's happening, because he keeps coming back, is his spine is actually starting to straighten now too. So the
Wow.
first thing with him, yeah, so the first thing that was going on was the pain was shifting, but now we're watching his spine slowly straighten. So before he was very crooked, he's now things are straightening up. And it's awesome to watch it every single time, just
That's
how much his spine now is starting to align itself.
fantastic.
So, and that was all to do with the layers of stress that he had from physical, chemical, and emotional.
Yeah.
Um, and often you're told when you're like that that it's just the way it is. And he says in his given me a testimony as well, actually, he says he didn't really know what it was, but he thought, I'm going to give this a go. And he is blown away by the amount it has changed his life and
Mm.
he's now more connected to his purpose. He's now more confident because he comes in now confident and happy. I never used to see him smile. He was never laughing. And I would be like, oh, whereas now he's got vibrance back in his life again, because he's not in pain and he just feels, more confident in who he is.
Mm.
So that would be my
Fantastic.
main ones. There's so many, but they're, yeah, pretty
Yeah.
remarkable.
So scoliosis is something I do know some people with scoliosis, and so that could be, over a long term, that can just get so bad that you can't even stand up by yourself. So, and you're saying he's only in his 30s, so that sounds
Mm.
wonderful that he's found a way to address it and to improve it. So,
Yeah.
over what sort of time frame have you been dealing with him already, considering it's been,
So him and I've got another gentleman with ankylosing spondylosis, so that's even more severe, like them. So both of them, the guy with ankylosing spondylosis doesn't get as much correction in his spine as the scoliosis gentleman, but he's got more movement. So the younger gentleman, he has been seeing me for about 18 months. All
that's,
right. So when you start, yeah. So but he's had a lifetime of this. So
mm,
after 18 months to have his life changed, but he noticed changes pretty quick. So with spinal flow, one of the things that I do need to be real with people, this is not a magic pill. This is not just something you pop and immediately your body resolves itself. We are helping the body kick into a healing mode, and your body also needs to feel safe. So when he started, he had to see me pretty regularly, and that's usually, and with him, it would have been 3 or 4 times a week for the first couple of months.
yeah.
And then as things started to settle down and his spine had more movement and flow through it, then we start to back it off. So he could see me fortnightly, but he still chooses to see me weekly because he notices how much better he feels and he really wants to make sure his body's healing.
Mm.
All right.
I think
So
that's an amazing result because, like I say, one friend of it's a friend's mother, who's a friend also. She's in her 90s now, so I've watched how that's affected her over all the years to the point that she's now in a nursing home. Um,
that's right.
so for 18 months, that's nothing compared to, I mean, this
A
fella's got
lifetime of
another
trouble.
60,
Yeah.
60 plus years to get where my friend is. So,
Exactly. And I'm glad that you mentioned that because the other thing that
yeah,
we often say, that's a really good point, right? So, yes, he's been seeing me for 18 months. His appointments, a spinal fluid session with me is anywhere between maximum usually 30 minutes, but you're on the table for a 20, 25 minutes. So, if you accumulate how many times, hours that is compared to how long he's been alive,
yeah,
it's a blip. It's a
yeah.
blip in his life.
Exactly. Agreed. That's
Yeah.
amazing. Great story. Great testimony. It's not a story, it's a testimony.
That is, it is a testimony.